Man, I just love that carbon fiber hood wrap. I just can't get over it. It looks so cool. Today, I'm going to be finding out why my 4L60 doesn't like to go into second or out of second gear. Originally, when I was driving my pre-runner back and forth to work every day, had 14 gears, 35-inch tires, and I blew up the stock 10 bolt on 35s, go figure. That being said, didn't have the money to fix the 10 bolt or throw 12 bolt or 14 bolt axle in it at the time. I have a 14 bolt axle to go back in it. So I just went and got a $100 stock 323, 342, whatever it was. It didn't matter because I needed to go to work. Put that in it with the 35s. I had that awesome, true, dual equal length, no muffler exhaust system on it. The guy in the yellow Mustang wanted some. So with the gear ratio I had with the taller tires, the thing would hold first gear to like 70 miles an hour. When it shifted into second, it did not like it. And I think I fried my front planetary. I have a Sonax 6-pinion close ratio planetary to go back in it. I'm not sure if that's the problem, so let's take it apart and see what I cooked in this transmission. I could jack the truck up and put it on jack stands, and it would go through first. When it hit second, it would lock up the whole drive line. But on the ground with the momentum behind the truck, I was able to limp it through second and head third in overdrive. I drove the truck home. It has reverse, it has every option available. Just the hard part, the gearing doesn't mesh well. So I believe it's a planetary, but let's take it apart and see if I'm right or not. All right, so I don't have a transmission table. I have this engine stand bracket that I can use, and I don't want to go flipping this thing upside down because I'm not sure what's going to come out of it. I don't want to get it all caught up in the valve body and stuff, and it's only been in its correct position since I pulled it out the truck. I don't know if it's good or bad. The fluid is it's dark, but it's red. So I just did it. So let's dump this out in a bucket and see what kind of nasty shavings are underneath it. Then I'll go ahead and put it up on the table, take it apart, and see what I broke. Let's see what is in the pan. That's no good. Some larger metal chunks. That magnet is it's got some big pieces in it. Yeah, let's dig farther. I'm guessing it's the first planetary you get to after the forward pack. Yeah, it's got some large pieces of metal in it. Huh? Flip it and find out, right? And hopefully I got my bucket in the right orientation that it catches all the fluid that comes out the backside. Yeah, I got some fine metal on the side of the filter here. The filter caught a bunch. Did its job. I stuck a magnet in the torque converter. I did not see anything come off on the magnet. I'm going to attempt to reuse that. probably stupid, but we'll see. Because I'm broke at the moment. I ain't got no money to go buying all this other new stuff. Got some 8s, some 10s. And once I pull this lockup valve here, I can get the pump out. If there's no metal in my pump and the pump ain't scored, I'm just going to clean it and put it back together with the new part and send it. To get the pump out, I got to go ahead and unclip the solenoid. Try not to break anything. It's a brand new harness. There's a fresh rebuild, brand new harness, all new solenoids. And then you got to pull the clip from in there. My freight harbor pick set. I'm not one of these dudes who just go blow it all apart and throw it all back together, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Eventually one day I'm gonna be that good, and then they won't make parts for them anymore. Come on, get out, do it, get out. And you pull and it goes flying across the shop. They went over there. I got nothing in it, no shavings and nothing. I think I'll be able to take it apart, clean it, and put it back together, and it'll be fine. Let's see what the clutches and all look like. On the way home from acting like an idiot after I got it through second gear, it did go into third overdrive and lockup. I drove it about 5 miles home, and everything worked till I pulled in the driveway. There's a little screen in there. I can check that for shavings too. But that will stop the pump from coming out. I don't see any shavings in the lockup valve. Dude, I think I'm gonna be good. I really do. Much y'all real transmission people are like, no you ain't. But I'm gonna try it out. Worst case scenario, I got a built one right there I can put in it. But we're gonna try to go with this one because I know it's got really good bones on the inside to go with. I'm just gonna leave that sit there. I'm gonna pull off the valve body, but not just yet. I need to get the bell off and get the pump out. I always forget to do this. That's why I did it first. So this is the part I hate the most. It's trying not to strip out these bolts. This is from Sonax. It's a T50P or plus. It's a plus size Torx T50. And man, they say don't put an impact on it. Just line it up. And I don't even use a ratchet. I use a breaker bar. And they're not they're not torqued all that tight, but man, did they lock in. So the best thing I do is just get a 12-inch half drive and man, just ease into it. Make sure it's not pulling out. Just press down with as much pressure as you can. I've tried the impact screwdriver. It's worked. A regular impact usually just strips them off. This is the best way I've found, is with the correct tool and just straight, even pressure until it comes. And work your way around. Just press down one hand and pull nice and even with the other one. And they're all loose. So I know I made it look easy, but it wasn't me. It was this right here. And that's separate. This is something else I bought to stick this in. It's like 20 bucks on eBay. T50P Sonax torque socket for getting these bolts out. I like my little 3/8 radius impact. I probably shouldn't be impacting these off, but see, everybody else does. I really blame it on the tune. It was a Can Diablo Sport tune. And I think I adjusted the shift point 100 RPMs higher than the red line of the engine. And it paused for a second, and man, when it hit second, it hit second. All right, so yeah, I got no metal around all in this. Man, I hope the inside of this pump didn't pick up any trash. I don't feel like buying another pump. I'm kind of broke at the moment. So I got a little tool, clamps around here, pulls the pump out. I could horse it, but I don't know what I'm horsing and I don't want to break anything. So here's my pump puller. It's just kind of a slide over deal. Center this up. And then tighten those two bolts. Mine are 10 millimeter. That little O-ring, dude, that little O-ring right there will completely stop that whole pump from coming off. I keep forgetting about this little thing. It's a good thing it was red. Try not to drop my O-ring here. Alright, that's that. The gasket didn't even tear. Alright, so looking in here, got my band and my drum. This is where you get to the planet. This is what I think where I screwed up at. So, see if I can get this out without taking the servo out. Last battery crapped out on me, so I'm taking off the pressure switch. These are the longer ones, you don't want to get mixed up in the center. Without losing any of them. No, it's perfectly clean. No metal, no gook, no schmutz, no nothing. So I'm liking that. Over here on the table the right way. And all of my valve body bolts are loose. And it's linkage. Man, they could have come up with a better design than that. I fought that linkage trying to go back on for a while in one of my videos. Could help if I knew exactly what I was doing, but I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I just kind of know what I'm doing. That's 13. That's self-explanatory. Yeah, these aren't how-to videos. This is, I guess, what not to do, or figuring out what to do videos. So, another thought I'd just slide out. Yeah, there we go. Down on a towel. Still don't see what I broke. Man, that's a 4-pinion planet. That thing is solid. Yep. Band is straight. It's not a wide band. It's a regular band. looking down in there. Yeah, that's locked in. Spins real easy. No large hunks of anything, no cracks on nothing I can tell so far. So let's keep digging and figure out why this thing stops working in second gear. Just lifts up. And again, super clean, no metal shavings anywhere. Don't even smell bad. So I'm not going to call that inspected, but a gander has been taken. I think I found my answer. It wasn't a planetary gear. If you look in here, all the faces of these clutch teeth, they're supposed to be full. Like these two, they're missing. And I got a lot of slack in here. So this might have been the planet in this section that I messed up. Go ahead and pull this apart, see what's going on here. Because I don't have a lot of metal in the transmission, but you could see, like that's a full tooth. And that one's been shaved off. See right there? So when it shifted in the second, it bit hard. And right there, like that's a full tooth. Actually, it started to work on that one too. That was my clack right there. That's what engaged or didn't engage and broke off on this clutch pack. All right, y'all, it was so hot out here the other day, I had to shut it down. The weekend came, had some kids' birthday parties to go to. This is day 2. Started a video on Friday, it's Monday now. So I found out that we have toasted the second gear clutches. I'm gonna go ahead and finish taking this pack apart and see what else is messed up in it. Hopefully I don't have to order anything else. I am not the best transmission guy. I'm just kind of learning as I go. But you can see in there, that's what a full tooth is supposed to look like. And if you noticed, you know, that's not. There's a bunch of not. And this cup, it's got a lot of play. More than I'd like it to. So let's go ahead and keep diving in and see what else I screwed up. So I'm gonna lay out a towel and lay everything out the way it comes out. Pull the snap ring already. And in the correct orientation, this whole clutch pack came out. Steels and clutches. And the clutches have plenty of material left on them, but the teeth are gone. So pull this out just like this and set it just like this. In the order it was received. So take your time with it. Work the spring out. That's the forward sprag. It's definitely spragging. Third looks good. Overdrive looks good. Look at that. So there's your third gear clutches. Not missing one tooth on those. And overdrive clutches down in the bottom. Not missing one tooth on those either. I still got the hash marks on the clutch packs. Good news. Man, no metal. Every one of them looks beautiful. Cool. All right, I took it down. I'm putting it back together. Everything's clean. Overdrive is clean. I'm putting the thirds back in how they're supposed to go. I'm just gonna reuse these. There is nothing wrong with them at all. I mean, they're perfect clutches. There's no metal. There's no hint of wear. So once you put the overdrive in, then you can go ahead and put your sprag in, and then just stack the clutches, steels. That way you can get your clutches lined up on your sprag, and they go in right. Spin. and fall. Come on. Last one. There we go. And you can put your plate. The guy that had this built, or the guy that built this for me, did not put these spring packs in to allow the clutch packs to operate faster. Some people don't do it. Some people did do it. It was awesome how it was. I'm gonna leave it how it was. But I remember one thing: once you put this plate in, it's a whole third gear down. You gotta put your spring back in. So this doesn't have any grooves in it. You can see where it was riding in the case on this side. So that's the way it's got to go. There is usually a rounded side and a square side, but all these are square. So I'll take the clutch side away how it went, and I can see where it was rubbing in the case. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in this way. So you just kind of push it in and twist, let the spring compress. You just pop them into the grooves. Keep working your way around and pressing down. Well, cool. Now that I know what I got left to do, sorry, second gear clutches. I can't find just second gear clutches by themselves. I got to buy the whole pack, and I'll probably use the overdrive and thirds and something else that burnt up an overdrive and third. Put that back together and send it. But for right now, I just need a set of second gear clutches. I can put this 4L60 back together and see if I fixed it or not. So let's go ahead and do that. Appreciate y'all watching. Hang in there for the next time when I actually put it all back together. So I can really get done in this video. I gotta wait for parts to come in. So catch y'all next week. Later.